Okay, there's something happening.
Oh no, hey, I think you got it this time.
Oh.
Oh. Well,
Hooray!
then
Look
again.
at us.
Okay, so roll that beautiful.
Now live from the OrlanDave World Headquarters in Orlando, Florida. This is the OrlanDave Show with Dave and Brian.
All
We
right.
did! Yay!
Welcome to the show that never has any issues whatsoever. Oh my gosh.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to the Mardi Gras show. And with us we have Brandi.
Woo! And Dan the Gamer is in the chat. Hi, Dan.
Hey Dan. Thanks for probably trying to comment on the stream we were trying to do like 100 times. Sorry. Sorry.
But we did it. We are live.
Yes. Oh, wow. 7 viewers.
All
Nice.
right. Hello, everybody.
So, lengthy apologies for all of those issues. YouTube, it seems, has taken away the ability to go to classic streaming, aka the one that worked every single time for me. Also, it doesn't help that I haven't streamed in a couple of months, and this is a new account on my computer. So, good times today. Oh la la la, good times today. Hola 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 hola. Good times today.
But we did it. We're
Yeah.
finally live. We worked it out.
I hope everyone loves this wonderfully tacky set that I built here. Turns out glitter, making it spread out evenly, not easy. Also,
You
this.
can use the spray glitter. They make spray glitter.
Yeah, that didn't really work either.
No.
Maybe I just didn't use it right. It's actually from Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum has a lot of products that are like have nothing to do with rusting. They've really expanded their scope.
Well, you have to be able to innovate if you want to survive. Now,
Oh,
see, at
this is true?
the time, rust was actually in fashion.
Oh,
But then all of a sudden, like stainless steel came out, and then all of a sudden,
yeah.
rust. Oh, like who wants rust anymore? Nobody. So Rust-Oleum
Stella.
had
It's
to,
like the grunge era. It was
Yeah.
the rust era. So, today on the Finally Started show, Stella,
Come here, Stella. What are you doing?
we are talking all about Mardi Gras at
Woo!
Universal Orlando. That started, I know, on the first of the month, and we're finally talking about it.
Hey,
'Cause
Dave.
It's been a crazy month for me. 2 months, actually.
How many years has Mardi Gras been going in Orlando now?
Mardi Gras has been going on for 25 years.
25 years of party, Dave.
Mardi Gras.
Can you guys believe that it's been 25 years of Mardi Gras? Next year's going to be 30 nights of Horror Nights, 30 years of Universal.
Actually, this year is going to be 30 years of Horror Nights.
Yeah, that's
Next
what I
year is
mean.
31st.
Oh, yeah.
It's also the 10th, sometime this year. It's also the 10th anniversary of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter being in Universal Orlando, which they should definitely do something. I wish that they would bring back the celebration of Harry Potter, at least just for that, because that's a big deal in Universal. That was a huge win for Universal. Boo-hoo for Disney, but oh well.
Well, Disney got Pandora, so I think it all kind of
that generates the same amount of money. So, what are you typing? So, I just watched a video recently about Mardi Gras, and the funny thing is, it started because of Disney. At now Disney Springs, they had a Mardi Gras parade, a small Mardi Gras parade that didn't last for very long. It lasted only a couple of years. But when when Disney had their Mardi Gras parade, Universal thought, oh, well, we're going to do our own parade as well. And
we're going to have
because we're Universal, we're not going to have it be all kiddie based. We're going to have it a little more adult. And then Disney like, no, we're not going to do the Mardi Gras thing, and Universal's like, well, we are. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but
so we've got actually a pretty decent chat going. John West is here along with Edward Reed. Hi, guys.
Sorry,
I don't know about you guys, but I have not been able to ride Rise of the Resistance yet. Edward, I see your chat question. It is on my list for my trip coming up here in about 3 weeks, though. So hopefully next time we go live, I'll have Rise updates for you. So
I also have not been on Rise of the Resistance.
I know you guys, but I have not been able to ride Rise of the Resistance yet.
What were we saying, Dave? You need to talk about what?
What?
It is on my list.
You said you need to talk about something.
I know I didn't.
Okay.
Next time we go live, I'll have Rise.
I need to lower the volume on Skype.
Am I too loud?
Well, I have it turned up too loud is a problem.
No.
Well, I guess we should have had headphones plugged in. Anyway,
I've got my headphones.
So, yeah, I have not been to Disney since like July, and it was a different Disney. I have not been. The problem is I can't get into Disney without buying a pass or buying either an annual pass or a day pass, because Disney right now is blocking out compasses for Hollywood studios for like a long time in the future.
Oh, that's odd. Why?
Yeah, that's completely weird. Why would they block out compasses for a park that's extremely popular because of a new area that just opened?
Oh,
I mean, that doesn't make any sense, right, Brandi?
I mean, don't get me started on the boarding group situation and all of that. They've got a few. There's definitely a few kinks in the chain they need to get worked out before they dump all the.
So.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, Dan likes the backdrop.
It's kind of inspired by. Well, actually, it's extremely inspired by a fence that they have in the Battery Park area of Universal. They have a fence that looks like this, and I was thinking like, oh, I should have taken a picture of it and put it up behind me, but I didn't. But I found one that was kind of similar on Google image search, so I just used Photoshop and changed the colors, and there you go.
Woo!
I think it's pretty good.
It was the last minute.
We do have another chat question too. JT Wild 6 says, "What's your favorite park in the Orlando area?"
Oh, Orlando area. That's tough.
So
I used to be.
that includes
I love Epcot, but
Universal Orlando. That includes SeaWorld. That includes Fun Spot. It technically includes Disney, but
well, yeah, that's the Orlando area, not Orlando.
Yeah.
I don't really care much as much as I love animals. I don't care that much for Animal Kingdom. I don't know. It just never really interested me very much. I do like Islands of Adventure a lot, but I prefer Universal Studios over it.
Same.
But it's hard to pick one.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give my favorite area of every park. So for Disney, it's Magic Kingdom. It's for Universal, it's gonna be Kids Zone. For Islands, it's gonna be the front of the park, and
So Port of Entry.
Yeah, Port of Entry. Who doesn't like Port of Entry?
Everybody who runs through it.
For
I can't believe you
SeaWorld,
said Port of Entry over Hogsmeade.
for SeaWorld, it's Sesame Street.
Yeah.
That's a big A plus for me. And for Fun Spot, I like the classic carnival area, where the merry-go-round is, where the Sky Swing is, all of that, where White Lightning and the other coaster is on Fun Spot. Now, anyone who's never been to Fun Spot has no idea what I'm talking about.
Animal Kingdom is too hot.
I mean, it's the same temperature as all the other parks.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you mean by that, Dan?
No, I get that. The tree cover and everything in Animal Kingdom, it like traps the heat.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't know that. Have you been to Universal in Hollywood? I haven't. I wanted to go last year, but I didn't have time to do everything.
That's on my bucket list.
Last year, Jurassic World is great. It's currently undergoing another refurb, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I saw that. Supposedly, the rumors I've been reading is they're adding the Indominus Rex, but I don't know.
That'd be cool if they did.
I don't know. But I'm kind of on board with one of my coworkers who said that they don't want Jurassic Park switched over to Jurassic World because they kind of like the idea of different parks having different offerings.
Yeah, sure.
So it would be nice to stay OG on this coast with Jurassic Park, even though our guests already call it Jurassic World.
Now, I will say, if you haven't been to Islands of Adventure recently, like within the past year, all of Jurassic Park is like under like major refurbishment.
Yeah. Actually, it's been already over a year.
So the entire area is like just construction walls.
It's walled off, but we don't know why. No clue.
Wink, wink.
We don't know. Maybe they're just, I don't know. Maybe they're just refurbishing the plants.
Refurbishing the plants.
Or maybe the plants are scared of all the people and they're just keeping them out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't checked in on the Nintendo Park in Japan in a while. I know it's opening for the Olympics.
So I've seen a picture, well, more like a GIF. There's a if you ever played Super Mario 3D World, like the modern Mario games, it looks like a hill and then there's like clouds that go back and forth, and it looks pretty cool. But a lot of people are commenting that how the clouds work is a little too obvious, like the way they move back and forth, like the slot for the.
I can clearly see the poles holding up the clouds.
Yeah. I mean, like it's they don't try to hide it at all. Like you can see like the actual track path and the whole thing, and a lot of people were disappointed about that. But like maybe it's a work in progress.
That's a good question. We can hear Brandi. I'm hoping that you guys. Does anybody else hear Brandi? I hope so.
Comment in the chat if you can hear phenomenal Brandi.
And if you can't, also comment that.
Yeah, please. Brandi, say something real quick.
Hello. Hey, I have some interesting thoughts on the Secret Life of Pets ride, and in a very kind of loose way, how it relates to Horror Nights. Okay, so Secret Life of Pets World, I think of the three of us, and the only one have been to Hollywood, but the Secret Life of Pets ride is kind of in a more kid-oriented part of Universal Hollywood. Yes. It's up where the Super Silly Fun Land near the Despicable Me ride is. And like directly adjacent to that is where the Walking Dead attraction is.
Yeah.
But they've already announced that they are closing the standalone HHN house, The Walking Dead, that's all year long in Hollywood.
Oh, okay. Cool.
To preserve the ambiance for Secret Life of Pets. and it is going to be coming back specifically to be a maze for Horror Nights with maybe some additional Walking Dead presence. We don't know. There hasn't been anything announced yet other than that it is closing and will reopen in time for Horror Nights on the West Coast.
So is it going to be a seasonal attraction then?
Well, they haven't announced it yet. And I don't know either if they're going to like maybe beef it up a little bit or maybe redo part of it or maybe add more walkers in the street around it or something of that nature. But it's kind of in an unusual place right now because you have this Walking Dead attraction like immediately next to Gru's house. Basically, it feels very disjointed here. So I think it's a good call to close it.
Yeah. I've been watching on and off some people who do what I do over in Hollywood, and one person was saying that the ride is going to be so incredible. It's going to be Universal's Rise of the Resistance. I'm like, whoa. I'd like for that to be true. That might be overstating it, but maybe not. My guess is that whatever ride system they built for that ride, if it is really amazing, it's to test that ride system for Epic.
Okay,
that's my.
I'd say that's accurate.
Where it's going to go, we don't know, but if it's going to be in it, I mean, I guess that's pretty obvious. If it's an attraction that's a ride system that we haven't seen yet from Universal and it's successful, clone it here. That just makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
That way they would open it. My thinking is they would open it over in Hollywood in an existing park to get guest feedback and to work out the bugs before they even build the first road or put anything over in that, because they're still bringing dirt over.
Yeah. And
then they have a good test time before they have to commit to the show building. Yeah. That would be, where I see that going.
And it doesn't really make sense that it'd be a seasonal attraction, like, 'cause that's a lot of dead space. Maybe it's like they're gonna beef it up or like maybe make some changes. Maybe change the way you go through the attraction or like what's in the attraction.
But I know nobody's excited to see more Walking Dead, but with it being an anniversary year and kind of a celebration of past HHN, I mean, yeah. I could see it fitting this year.
So in Horror Nights Orlando, The Walking Dead, you think?
I heard something about that, maybe. At least I'm sure there's going to be a reference. There better be some pretty strong presence of Bill and Ted in the 30th anniversary. I mean, how would they not after so many years of it being here?
Yeah.
Obviously, I wanted to come back, but they'll have to deal with all those rabid Academy of Villain fans.
Well, I'm very glad that Academy of Villain was welcomed, because Bill and Ted was so beloved that I was actually kind of worried that Academy of Villains would like not get accepted or loved,
like me.
So I'm glad that there's fans for Academy.
I would love nothing more than to put Academy back in that stage at the end of Hollywood to just do their dance thing and have the show and have Bill and Ted back in the Fear Factor Theater, have both of those shows, because I still feel that Academy was better on a smaller, more intimate street stage, and that show was awesome, and still have the Bill and Ted, or extremely unlikely, they have had Bill and Ted in the Animal Actors stage a long time ago. One of those shows could go in there, but it's probably more complicated than they want to deal with. That was a long time ago before they had Music Plaza, I think, or I don't know. I'm not sure why it might have been back before they even had the Wild Wild West stunt show, which became Fear Factor.
Oh wow!
I have to look back at that map. I'm not sure why it was in the Animal Actor stage, but that's an option too.
I think because as long as Horror Nights been around, Music Plaza has always been a queue area.
Well, except for when it wasn't there.
But they always use those sound stages, so it was always. I'm guessing that area is always used somehow.
but it was the Boneyard until the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket was built in 2005.
Okay.
I think it was 5. And then because the first several years of Halloween Horror Nights, they used to build that stage where Academy and Villains started. Apparently they own that stage. I didn't know that. But that's where the concerts were for Mardi Gras too, until they built the permanent stage.
Okay.
Then they built Music Plaza and took out the Boneyard, and that's where they have the concerts. But then they went back to using that stage for the first time I remember it was the 25th anniversary, or the 20th anniversary. No, it was 25th with the Jack Show.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sure that they've been using it for Rock the Universe far back as that goes.
Look at Brandy's cat.
Oh.
She wants in the shot really bad. She's killing me at my feet, so I just picked her up.
Yeah, and that's the first time, because we had been going since Horror Nights 20. And for 25, which was 2015, that was the first year that we were aware of there being a stage in that particular area. And you even asked me, like, what do you think of that? I was like, that's too small an area. Like, what are they even going to do?
It is kind of weird. It's still in there again.
No, she's right here.
Oh. It's kind of weird because when the stage is taken down and you look at that area to put the stage in, I look at it and say, there's no way they put that stage here. It wouldn't fit, even though I knew it was there. It's such a small area, but somehow it just kind of works. It worked for me the first year I worked Horror Nights, because I would, on my 45-minute lunch, I would eat and then run over and watch Academy of Villains and then go back to work.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it was right near the house I was working in, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, question for you, Brandi.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I know I've been saying that I was going to possibly try to audition again for Scare Actor, but something occurred to me when I was watching the Mardi Gras parade, and I'm not sure why it hasn't occurred before. I wonder if I should audition to be in the Mardi Gras parade, because I'm always dancing along to the music already.
I think you should be the still guy with the squid hat.
You want me to fall into the crowd of cats?
So,
the Mardi Gras parade has got to be a good gig, because you basically just get to like party for like an hour.
I know.
So I think it sounds like a fun deal.
Because when you always, you say too, I just picked up a shift recently to escort the floats, and like at first I'm like, well, I guess I have to do some cardio and like work up to it, but like I was dancing the entire parade route, so I'm like, I guess I'm up to it, and I'm already doing it anyway. Because like even when I just stand there as a guest, it's like, I don't know, something about that music. It's like I can't stand still.
You got that beat throwing experience already too, so
yeah. But it's like, yeah, maybe it's like, well, I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Maybe I should be at least audition to be a costume character and dance. However, I guess 5 nights a week or however often that would be. That it seems to be a lot of the same people who come back every year too.
Now, I was telling him, so he can choose one or the other. So if he ends up doing Horror Nights, he can't do Mardi Gras. Yeah. And if he's going to do Mardi Gras, then he can't do Horror Nights because he's internal. So his usual department is holding his position for him while he does a marquee event. So if he does both, he's gone for like 6 months of the year.
Yeah. Well, what I could do is go for Scare Actor, and if that doesn't work out, or I could just try Mardi Gras by itself, because I have tried Scare Actor once, and being that they didn't give me any feedback, I don't know why they didn't pick me. It could have been availability, could have been when I auditioned, it could have been what they were looking for, who knows. All I was told is, well, the answer is no. I'm like, cool. Well, I'll go work on that for next year.
Well, yeah, and they never, like, when they tell me yes, they never say it's because you did this and this. It's it's all because like they didn't need your body type, and honestly,
maybe, but I mean, I don't even know that for sure either.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, so on the other side, I had auditioned for SeaWorld, and I was told no, and I even like asked like, so what was the exact reason like I got cut, and they're like, we look at many things, and it could be one thing or it could be two things, like we really don't know. It's just you didn't fit the bill this time, but you're welcome to audition again.
It could be a lot of things. Like I said, it could have been when But anyway, let's go back to talking about Mardi Gras.
Yeah. So I know you guys in the chat have a lot of questions about other things, but we're going to focus on Mardi Gras right now. So there are 12 floats. 6 of them are brand new.
They say that, but no floats are brand new. They've been having the same floats for years.
Yeah.
So what basically is there's 6 floats that are always back the same every year, and then 6 floats that get completely rethemed. Now, some of the returning floats, if not all of them, were actually physically rebuilt. Like Gator, they upgraded Gator a lot. They made it prettier. Instead of just the green, now the scales are all different colors and glitter. They put out these really nice.
It's the best. It's so pretty.
It is. They put up these really nice light posts with like pretty decent looking flames and small lights that actually light up Gator. Now Gator has a mask.
Yeah.
The head is a little bit lower. The fog seems to work a little bit better, and but the bottom part of the and you could see this when we walk through to Horror Nights. So I'm not really like giving away secrets, because if you walked to the houses in the back, you can see that they actually tore up and physically rebuilt the float.
Especially if you went to Graveyard Games, you would walk right past it.
Yeah. You only saw the front of it.
Universal
I mean, not
Monsters.
Graveyard Games, Universal Monsters. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Although you can see it from both.
Yeah.
And it seems like the other ones that return every year have a lot more glitter on them as well, and they look really good. I love the 25th anniversary on all of the returning floats, like the Tidal float. Riverboat looks really cool.
Yeah.
And it's just more lights, and what they do with the individual LED strips was pretty cool. That the way that they run backwards and forwards, and each light can change color. It's really, really cool.
Now, if you guys are wanting to go to Mardi Gras, it is until April 2nd. Thursday,
every night.
Yeah, every single night until Thursday, April the 2nd. So you've got the rest of February, all of March, and the first 2 days of April. So another 2 months.
Now, I will say, if you are coming to check the app, because different nights, the parades are at different times. The nights that I believe it's pretty consistent. The concert nights, the concert starts at 8:30. 7:45 is a step off of the parade.
Yeah.
During the week, it tends to be around 6:15, but check, because that does also vary. A few nights ago, we stepped off early because there was a private event that was happening, so that affects it as well. So, talking about the parade a little bit, was this your first time watching it, Brandi, or did you see it last year?
It was my first time watching it. Hey, we're usually Halloween freaks. We don't come in this.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
this spring a lot. So we made the special trip. Well, we sprung for the annual pass. So once we sprung for the annual pass, it was like we got to go.
Yep. Well, we wouldn't be good team members if we didn't influence.
Right.
But like you said, you've already gotten some good use out of it. You're already glad you did.
We've already
show your creepy baby button.
We'll probably have at least. I'm thinking we'll probably have at least 4, maybe 5 trips down this year.
Which is definitely worth it. It's already made the annual pass worth it.
Honestly, until I moved to Orlando, the Orlando area, and started being able to go to Universal easily instead of a 3.5-hour drive each way, I never went to Mardi Gras. And the first year, it was like, oh, Mardi Gras is great. I'm like, I'm more of Halloween Horror Nights. And like, yeah, that's a tough decision. I'm like, really? But then, like, the more I've gone to Mardi Gras, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It is. I'm not going to say it's as good as Halloween Horror Nights, but it's a very close second in my opinion. To me, I do love Mardi Gras almost as much as Halloween Horror Nights, which is not an easy sell.
Now, I will say, Mardi Gras does something that I kind of wish Horror Nights did is have a parade.
Yeah.
The fact that it's about as Mardi Gras as you can get without actually being in New Orleans on Mardi Gras. The fact that there is a parade with floats and beads are flying and there's Cajun food.
Yeah, there was for a few years. There was the festival of oh my gosh,
Festival of the Deadly.
Festival of the Deadliest. There was a parade with Halloween Horror Nights, and I wish it would come back because we have the Superstar Parade during the busiest time of the year, but they just haven't done that because they said it's too busy. I don't know about that.
Well, also, I mean, people are trying to get to like the houses and the shows, so like I think.
Yeah, I feel like it could be a short parade route, stepping off over by Beat Builders where the parade used to step off back in the day, and then go to the Esoteric Gate, and then maybe it'd only be like once a night or something. I don't know.
Would you see it in addition to the Lagoon Show or as a replacement for the Lagoon Show, though?
It would be an addition because maybe it'd only be one time, or maybe twice a night because it would be because it's such a short parade route. It would.
I love the HH and Lagoon Show. I don't want that to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
now I will say, back in the day for Horror Nights 21, so 2011, they did have kind of a parade with the death drums.
Yes, that was cool.
So it was this big old rig with a lot of scaffolding, and there were like drums set up, and it would drive very slowly from what is now Fast and Furious to Esoteric. Is that right?
No. It went to like right around where Transformers is now.
Yes, but then where did it leave?
It went back the same way, I think.
Okay, that's right.
I think we stuck around long enough, but I think it turned around in that area and went back. I don't think it went to Esoteric, but they did do that, and that was cool. There was a cult following them.
Yes, there was. I like that part.
Who was that?
The Cult of Kefka. I say that because, so in the video game Final Fantasy VI, there's a apocalyptic event, and there's a tower where the guy who made the event happen he now lives, and there's a cult that worships him, and they just march around in a circle outside, and if you talk to them, they say all these crazy things about Kefka. And so part of the show was like when the vehicles were moving, there's all these like characters in black robes. So if you ever saw the characters during a house transition, like it's the same black robes.
But then once the show starts, they threw off the robes. And
then they start dancing. But like some of them would like just go around in a circle like this, like while the parade was going. And I'm like, it's the Cult of Kefka.
So, first, two things. One, did you know that Matt is worldwide?
Hi, worldwide Matt. Matt's just not area code.
No,
he's not just nationwide.
He's Mr. Worldwide.
That is right.
The other question is his question.
So we have both been with Universal now about 3.5 years.
Yeah, we both started almost like within a few weeks of each other, 2 weeks of each other, back in July, August-ish of 2016.
So I was technically hired first, and then this guy was like 2-3 weeks later.
Because I actually applied first, but nothing happened until you got hired. You're like, hey, why don't you try a Halloween Horror Nights position? I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I got hired that day.
So this August coming up will be 4 years for the both of us.
But technically, we've worked for at least a little bit of 5 calendar years. Because a little bit at the end of 16, all 17, 18, 19, and a little bit of 20. It's like, how did that happen so fast? We just moved here yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah. And then Matt also says, if you could choose one house from Horror Nights 30, what would you choose? So, like, to work in? Like, as a character? If they brought back The Shining, or they did a Dr. Sleep house, put me there. and just make me the great party guy again, because so many people recognize me from that.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you mean like return or new house.
If I could, I definitely am looking forward to the anniversary house. I always look forward to that. So
I know it'd be kind of a returning house theme, but in 20 when they did the warehouse house theme, that was awesome because there is a warehouse where they keep all those props.
Yeah.
So the idea of having the a warehouse themed house of you're walking through like kind of a back of house VIP access, like you're walking through the actual props in the actual warehouse where they keep all the older props and stuff from, like, that was cool. That was a cool concept. I'd love to see something like that as a scare zone, even though it's not a scare zone. Just something where you can walk through, like put it on Hollywood, something really or no, New York. Use the entire area of New York and just have all kinds of different props from all the years where you can take your time and look at them and, you know, take pictures of them during the day and really get some good time to look at it instead of just running through a house and like, oh, I saw some of it.
Now, so we went to Horror Nights 20. That was my first year. And so what he's talking about is the anniversary house was called Halloween Horror Nights, the Hallowed Past. It was actually one of the sprung tents.
Boing. And
you would walk in and all you would see is like, look like the crate room from like the end of
well, it was warehouse style shelving.
Yeah,
but literally shelving from a warehouse.
So like all you saw was like crates and like props.
There's a pretty good chance of bringing back Jack.
And you saw a banner. This is Halloween Horror Nights 1, 2, 3.
Even though there wasn't a Halloween Horror Nights 1.
But it stretched all the way down to 20, and that blew my mind.
So awesome. Especially because that was our first one. Well, I went in 99, but our first one. But I still want them to have Cindy as the icon.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe this is this year. This is her year. This is her year to shine. You'll see.
Now, she did have a house called the Orphanage during 20.
And she was in the 25 house.
Yes.
Coming out of a basement for some reason.
No, coming out of a coffin.
Oh, looked like the basement doors you'd find like up north.
Yeah. But like she would open the door, scream at you, and then shut it again.
Yeah.
And when we did Unmasking the Horror, they said like she would get so into it she broke the door.
Oopsie.
And it's this little like 100-pound girl just like going. Poof.
But she's hardcore, bro.
That's
she's
right.
hardcore.
Now, for you Horror Night fans, if you make it to Mardi Gras, the tribute store for Mardi Gras is in the same place as the Horror Night tribute store.
Yes, let's talk about the tribute store.
Well, first, the tribute store started in for Halloween Horror Nights 25. It was called the tribute store because there were props in the store from other years.
Yes.
Now it's called the tribute store with no connection to the word tribute. It's just they kept the name. I don't know why, but they should have changed it. I don't think there are any tributes or callbacks to other years in this year's tribute store, although there were a few callbacks last year to
there's definitely
Aaliyah.
Graveyard Games props in there. There's Graveyard Games Easter eggs, and that was, I mean, I obviously haven't done a lot of other Mardi Gras, so I don't know that there's a ton of Mardi Gras tribute stuff in there, but there are definitely tributes there.
But like for the 25-year tribute store, there was like the wheel from 21 and like various props all around the store. Like if you're gonna call it the tribute store, do that again. That would be awesome. But that was when they were closing Twister, and that was the Aftermath store.
Yeah, they
already cleared that out. It was a bigger continuous space. I think they already cleared that out, and like, well, let's do something with it. And I don't know if that was like it was a test, or if they're like, oh, let's do a store for this year, and they're like, oh, that worked, let's do that again.
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean,
and then they're like, oh, but we don't have that store anymore. That's why it happened. So they took over the extended queue for Mummy.
Yeah.
For 26. But yes, there's a little sort of podium looking thing outside the tribute store. that they put out a day or two before the tribute store was announced, and it was the same one they used for Halloween Horror Nights, but it was repainted black and kind of purple. I'm like, wait a minute, does that mean they're going to make a tribute store for Mardi Gras? And then that's what they did. As a lot of people say, it has that Horror Nights smell.
It does. It kind of smells like, and it looks like Horror Nights in there. Like,
yes,
it's low lighting, a lot of purple. There's actually like a mausoleum is the first room, and like if you look on the wall, it looks like gravestones that like are built into a wall, and so like there's names. As far as I know, those names aren't Easter eggs. I think it's like part of the. I asked, and they said it's something to do with like some of the designers. I think
maybe. The other thing is that there's a map when you first walk in, which is interesting. On the to your right.
Yeah.
There are only 2 rooms this year, but that's how the tribute store has been until last year for Horror Nights. So, I don't know for sure, but I'm just hoping that they'll be like, okay, well, this works for Mardi Gras. Let's expand it to that 3rd room.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Now, the centerpiece of the Mardi Gras tribute store. What did you say, Brandi? What was that, Brandi?
I just don't know that they have the merchandise selection to stretch it 3 rooms. Think about how many different HHN shirt variations there are in that kind of.
Plus
and really, Mardi Gras, you can have about 3 shirt styles and maybe 2 or 3 mugs. I don't know that they have the availability to fill that 3rd room.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe they'll just fill it with more props, which I'd be fine with. Plus, if they had that Horror Inc., that style machine, like that could take up a good amount of room.
They need to do one of those for Mardi Gras. I would love that.
Yeah, and put in the sales counter, and I'm thinking that they're starting out conservative and just building up on that. But that's just my thought. I don't really know for sure. We'll see.
And
it's got to be positive guest feedback. Yeah. It's got to be. Yeah. It's awesome.
Now the centerpiece of the Mardi Gras tribute store is a little shack, like out
little shack,
like out on the bayou, and sitting in front is. Now you're probably gonna think, oh, it's Papa Legba or Baron Samedi. It's actually Baron Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So there's several big names in voodoo among New Orleans. And a lot of them are Baron or Papa or, Lady or something. This is Baron Saturday, who actually kind of looks like Papa Legba, but like they all kind of look alike.
Hey, that's racist.
This, I don't know what you call it, mannequin or a prop or dummy. He looks alive. He looks like he's gonna get up and start moving around any minute.
The eyes are super
creepy.
Yeah.
Or no, yesterday. But it's really cool. Some people are thinking like, oh, what's next? Are we gonna have a Christmas tribute store? And like, I don't think so, because Christmas starts so soon after Halloween Horror Nights ends.
Does Highlands have a year-round Christmas store?
Yeah, both parts have
two of them. Yes.
Yeah.
But the tribute store stayed open after Halloween Horror Nights ended. So there's really not enough time to clear it out and then build another one. So, I mean, they might surprise us, but that would be too tight of a turnaround.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're really that big of a Christmas fan, you've got a Christmas store in Universal and a Christmas store in Islands of Adventure, and maybe even a Christmas store in Epic. When that happens.
Yeah, we'll see. But I kind of, even though I don't want to see it, I kind of wondered if Universal would ever kind of have a Christmas version of a haunted house where it's like, brightly lit and there's Christmas themes, like candy cane smells and pine smells and like elves and whatever. It's the same basic concept of a maze. But like,
what did you say, Brandi?
Like when they made Santa Claus go through the Yeti house.
Oh yeah, I mean they did have Krampus during 27.
Yeah.
Which is dark Christmas. I mean the movie takes place during Christmas.
So well.
What did you say?
They do that cold, snowy scene so well.
Oh yes, yeah.
And that's one thing that, if they did have a Christmas tribute store, they already have the snow machine. It's just,
yeah. And Krampus was a really good house.
So let's talk about this year's food options for getting back to Mardi Gras.
Okay. All right.
Hey. Can y'all tell that Halloween's our favorite? We can just talk about Halloween.
We always end up talking about Horror Nights somehow.
So,
hey, one thing I will say, though, in comparing and contrasting Mardi Gras to Horror Nights, I know that everybody's pizza fry is dedicated, but Mardi Gras got the better food options. God, yes. There's definitely a better variety of food, and
pizza fries,
so I think that's one thing
people seeing that
to compare and contrast.
The twisted taters are okay.
Yeah.
It's the same twisted tater, though. They're not any different than the HHN ones.
But I'm saying, like, the food offerings just in general in Horror Nights, like twisted taters is like one of the decent ones. Of course, they have the Blinky cups in both. I have not tried the frozen non-alcoholic beverages for Mardi Gras because the one I tried during Christmas is disgusting as I thought it would be. So, on that. Well, you and I both tried. I didn't try the beignets this year, but I have tried them. King cake is talking about at the tents in the French Quarter. It's pretty good, but you were saying that you preferred. I'm looking on the screen. I see you, and I see you over there. Two different things. Preferred the beignets over the king cake. Let's talk about that.
Okay. I really felt like I was going to be team king cake, but I'm not. I'm team beignets. Part of it is the presentation. The beignets come in this bag where they like have the powdered sugar you can shake around and stuff, and I think that that's part of it. Also, too, I feel like the king cake is dry.
Yeah, well, the one I bought at Whole Foods is very dry. I don't understand why they made it look kind of like a donut because last year it looked more like a muffin or a cupcake.
I feel like the frosting on it is overly sweet also. It's very sugary and very, very sweet.
I also had the problem with, I guess it's supposed to look like glitter. The sugar granules on top of the king cake are too
crunchy.
Hard. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm team beignets. Of the two sweet offerings, I think that the beignets are the better bet. They can also add the different sauces on there if you want to do the chocolate or the caramel, and they kind of just like shake it in the bag, I think. So
shake it.
I think the beignets are the better deal.
Shake it like a bag of beignets.
Right. You got a pretty good portion with the beignets too. Instead of just the one little donut thing, I think you get 4 beignets. I don't know, Brian, he ate like over half of mine.
I haven't, like I said, I haven't had them this year. I preferred last year's Voodoo Donut, which was a beignet-inspired donut. This year's Voodoo Donut is pretty good, though. I forget what they call it. It's a donut they've offered before. It has a Mardi Gras theme. I did try also the Cinnabon, which right in the description basically is like, it's just their Cinnabon with coloring added to it, and that's what it is. I know that people like Cinnabon. I don't. The icing is just not right. I don't really care for it. But they do have the larger one where it's kind of like a king cake, which when you think about it, king cake is basically a cinnamon bun anyway. Or it's very similar to it, at least the ones I've had. So they just put the 3 colors of Mardi Gras in icing on top of it, and it's like, that's cool, but I still don't like how it tastes. But getting back to now that you're an annual pass holder.
Yay! One of us.
Well, I'm not an annual pass holder anymore because I don't need to be. But I was for many years. You got to try the tasting lanyard, which is pretty cool. So let's talk about that.
Oh, I do my tasting lanyard.
How's it taste?
Can't see it. It's super blurry. There it is. The tasting lantern is a great deal. It's $60. You do not get an annual pass discount on it though because it's annual pass exclusive, and you get 15 tastings for $60, which is obviously $4 a piece. And most of the booth items run $5.99, $6.99.
Yeah.
You can use it on non-alcoholic beverages, but you cannot use it on the alcoholic beverages. I feel like it's a really good bang for your buck. Oh, and you don't have to use it all in one day. So being an annual pass holder, like we're going to come back a couple different trips. Like I think we have like 8 or 9 punches left on it still. So I feel like it's definitely the best value for your money.
I was giving Brian some extra punches.
Oh.
So what did you think about all the different, out of all of the different tastings you've had? I haven't really been exploratory as far as the French Quarter food. I don't know if you probably haven't tried any either.
No. It's the same.
We ate a ton. We ate everything at the Trinidad and Tobago booth, which is like a rotational booth. So I don't think it's there anymore.
They have the Mardi Gras around the universe or something.
Gator bites. We ate just about everything except for we did not get gumbo and we did not get jambalaya because we felt like that was kind of the most standard. So we wanted to try the most different things.
And you didn't get to see people eating crawfish. I know you were really upset about that.
Oh, no. I don't know. I got a little ill on my second day and we skipped our bayou boil, but we're going to try it again when we go in March.
Cool.
I'm not big into crawfish. I don't know. I don't like my food to have a face. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't like that either. But
of the other stuff that we had though, like I'm a little picky, but I'm not super picky. I would definitely recommend the po' boy. I feel like the portion size was really good. We had the shrimp one, but they also have a chicken one. It has a really good slaw on it. The slaw is like really crisp. The shrimp were really good quality. I think that's probably the best value. I also really like the crab etouffee. It's on a bed of just like white rice, and it's a pretty good sized bowl also. It doesn't have a ton of crab in it, but the flavors are really good. It's pretty savory overall. Probably of the savory foods that we had, other than the Trinidad and Tobago, which I'll talk about here in a minute, was probably the gator bites. And just because the portion size is really super small, it's like 3 little chicken nuggets of gator, or I'm not chicken nugget, but nuggets of gator, and you get a few chips with it, but it's a pretty small portion and it's kind of meh.
Now the other selection is called the Bayou Boil. Yeah. Now it's a little pricey. It's $60, so it's the same as the tasting lanyard. However, you can get as much as you want of the Bayou Boil. So
that's what we're talking about, the crawfish.
Yeah. So you have to be a little hardcore for this because the crawfish are entirely intact. The legs, the face, the eyes, the whole thing.
And there's corn in there too.
Well, yeah, but like the crawfish make up most of the dish. There's sausage and there's corn and potatoes. And on request, you can get chicken.
But don't worry, the sausage doesn't have the face anymore.
Yeah. But
I'm okay with that.
And if you're vegan or vegetarian, you're out of luck.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why they haven't fixed that yet.
Oh, that's interesting. I would think they would at least have a plant-based sausage.
That's what I thought. But as far as I know, last year was the first year they had it, but I'm not aware of them adding any vegan or vegetarian even options, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's time for more guest feedback, just suggestions for that, because it seems like something that is lacking, especially when more and more restaurants and theme parks and general are moving more towards offering more plant-based options, or at least vegetarian options. That's getting a lot of traction, I believe, in restaurants and in just in the world.
Other than the 2 sweet things, the king cake and the beignet, the only plant-based booth items were the Trinidad and Tobago items. Everything else is full of meat, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but all 3 of the food items at the Trinidad and Tobago booth were plant-based.
Okay, well, Matt has a nice comment here. Well,
yeah.
thank you, Matt.
So Matt Worldwide says, will you be doing more shows like this? It's great to watch. Thank you, Matt.
Well, thank you. We'll try to do this more often, minus the 15 different. I think we're live. We're not live. Here's the intro after the show started. All that stuff. I will say that some of them are going to be pre-recorded because our schedules are different now, and my days off are sometimes not my days off. I've been working a lot lately, and I haven't really had time. But there's a lot of bugs that still need to be worked out. But yeah, we like to start to try to do more of this. And also, hopefully, we still have time for to switch over to the Roddy Paws and talk about Alice in Chains on Rock Talk.
Yeah. Now, I am starting a second job actually tomorrow. So I think I'll be working mostly 6 days a week. So it might be tough to schedule these kind of things. And, maybe we'll pre-record like he suggested. Yeah. But, yeah, we're definitely going to try. This is like our first one of 2020, and it's February, yeah. So, and it's a new show. It was previously Dave and Brian Live, yeah. Which changed names for various reasons. You might be working, and I might have to do it by myself, just to try to keep the show going on a regular basis. Obviously, we always want to have Brandi with us because she's awesome and makes the show better. But thanks. That's not always possible because, life. Yeah. And maybe every once in a while we'll have Brian and other Brian. Yeah. If he wants to come and say things, but we'll see. It's just a new direction of the show, expanding it and talking about different things, and we're just still working out some things. So Matt has another question.
But I do also I'm very glad to see a lot of names in the chat we haven't seen before. So
yeah. So hi everybody.
All that. We might. I was surprised. I thought maybe we wouldn't have as many because there's so many false starts. But you guys are here, so thank you.
Yeah, and a pretty good chat going right now. So Matt also asked, "Can I bring back my Riffle mug back to Universal because it's been 2 years?" And yes, you can.
Yeah, I should be able to. You just have to reactivate it for the day.
So
I hope you've watched it too.
Really? I'm about to bring back my HHN one all the time.
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, I brought my Brick or Treat one back to.
Yeah, but a valid question because I thought the answer was no when I first started.
But so yes, you can. So I believe it's either a reduced price to reactivate, or you just pay for it again like it's a new cup.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit like getting a refill. But it's a reactivation fee, so yeah, I would expect it to be less because obviously you have the cup, so it's costing them less, and it also encourages sales of the cup to begin with to let you know, hey, you can come back and you don't have to buy a new one.
Yeah, sure.
Otherwise, if it's the same cost, like I know it's not good for the environment, but like just don't bring it and buy a new one. This would be the same, but it.
Oh, Duchess is here now.
Don't know. Oh, hey, wow. Well, that's been a long time.
Hi, Duchess, and you're up late tonight.
Hello.
So, Duchess says, "Hi guys, good to see you. Long time no see."
Yeah. Well, we missed you.
Roll in October.
Hey, whoa. I still want the summer. I still love the summer, but great to see you.
Yeah, and Duchess is up late, so thank you for staying up, Duchess.
You know what that means? Double wrenches. Ooh.
You better behave in the chat. We got 2 mods now.
Oh, you troublemakers are in trouble. Really quickly, I want to step away from Universal to mention something that, and here's another reason. Like I got this email a while ago from Legoland because I'm on their media list. So starting on now, April 17th is going to be the grand opening of the new hotel, the Pirate Island Hotel. It's also going to be the Pirate, I forget what's the Pirate Weekend. I'm thinking Pirate Fest Weekend. I'm sorry, I forgot. But starting on, I believe the 17th is going to be the first. 17th and 18th of April is going to be the first of several weekends where they're going to have this brand new pirate themed event, like you've seen on my channel before, where they had. Lego movie days and other things. It's a really cool event. All the ones I've gone to before, where there's just stuff happening all over the park. And again, you might think it's a small park like we did. When you go, you're like, oh, well, there's not much to do because it's a small park. For Ninjago days, I arrived at the park like maybe an hour after it opened, and I was there the entire day, and I barely got time to see it. So they cram a lot of activities into it, and I feel like the activities are better timed out than they were for Brick or Treat as well. So it wasn't as much downtime. So on the 17th, like I said, the grand opening of the new hotel, there's going to be a brand new package. It's a all-inclusive vacation package, which actually ties in pretty well to what you guys were just talking about. It is when you book a hotel room, you will have one of, if not necessarily the Pirate Island Hotel, but also the Legoland Hotel, or the Beach Retreat Hotel, which we've stayed in, and that's really awesome.
Yeah.
You will get the theme park admission for the day. Also includes valet parking, which honestly you probably don't need, because once you get to the hotel, everything is so close. Especially if you stay in the new hotel or the Legoland Hotel, you're just going to be walking in and out. So as long as you don't leave the property, that only helps you once. But that's kind of cool. So valet parking, and also a Digipass, which is their version of the PhotoPass. So like you go on a ride or whatever, you get automatically downloads of all the pictures from the different rides. I don't believe they have roaming photographers right now, but also you get a Coca-Cola Freestyle cup and unlimited refills for as long as you're staying in the hotel, which is pretty awesome, and a special lanyard just for vacation package buyers, I guess, guests. And that starts again at the opening day of the new Legoland Pirate Island Hotel. So that's a really good deal. Yeah. Park admission obviously included.
I know. What's the price point on that? Like, I'm thinking about getting one of those.
I probably should have. That's the one thing I messed up on. Oops. But that is a really good deal. I know you've said you wanted to visit Legoland, Florida. It's a really, really cool park. I just wished it was closer.
The only Orlando area one that I haven't been to.
Yeah, I just wish honestly, it was closer to Disney or Universal, because
it feels far away.
Yeah. But so I just wanted to mention that as well. SeaWorld Orlando is just about to open their Icebreaker roller coaster, and now there's rumors of another roller coaster coming in at SeaWorld, which is pretty crazy. It's just over and over again, more and more roller coasters coming over to SeaWorld. Other stuff is Disney is still doing their massive overhaul of Epcot. I'm actually going to be there 2 days in a row next month, once for Flower and Garden. So if you guys like Flower and Garden, I'm going to be there for the opening day again. Can you switch over to the chat, please? I just wanted, because I can't really see it very well. I'm going to be going to that, and then I actually have some family coming I'm going to be heading to Epcot, so I'm going to be heading to Epcot and then Universal again. So I'll get to be a VIP tour guide again. So
cool.
Yay. Which props to them. That's a harder job than I thought, because the thing is, I've been a fan of Universal for a really long time, and I was a guest at Universal a long time, and now I'm there all the time. I have the areas of the park I love to go to, the rides I love to go to, the things I think my family or guests would want to see. But my struggle was like how to not impose my agenda on them while letting them choose what they want to see, while at the same time knowing that they don't have any knowledge of the park layout or the rides or how they are. So letting them choose something that they don't know what they want because they don't know what there is, it was a tough balance.
Well, VIP has a little easier because they do a lap around the park, and they have the immediate access to every single attraction. So,
well, they also have more. They have training and a lot more experience. That was the first time leading a group with people who have never been to the park before.
Now, I do have the price for that all-inclusive package, and I'm going to read it, okay? So it's $218.13, and you get 2 park tickets to Legoland theme park and the water park, breakfast and dinner at Legoland hotel restaurants,
which everybody gets when you're staying at the hotel. So that's just kind of
but now
thrown in there.
But it's now included.
But it was included before. We got that when we stayed there.
Okay.
But you still get it. So
lunch at Legoland theme park or the water park restaurants.
That's something that they added.
Free parking, DigiPass photo package, the Coca-Cola Freestyle souvenir cup with the refills. And
that's refills for every day that you're there. It's not just like when you buy it, you get the refill for that day, and then you have to, like we said before, recharge it. It automatically recharges as long as you're staying in the hotel.
And Legoland lanyard and all-inclusive credentials, and Florida Wildside mini golf. So
that's the new mini golf course that just recently opened at the Legoland Hotel. That is exclusively, if you haven't watched my video, exclusively for hotel guests. All 3 hotels now. If you're coming as a day guest and you're not staying at the hotel, you cannot play at that mini golf course.
And so all that is $218, which is actually a very good deal.
Yeah,
that sounds like a steal.
Yeah.
Yes,
that is the thing about Legoland is the prices are actually very, very reasonable for a theme park. It's a smaller park and it's meant for kids, but the Legoland annual pass is like $150.
I think it's gone up to like 160 something.
But yeah,
it's still now you don't get the formerly named Orlando Eye in it anymore, but you still get some other attractions in actual Orlando, which is the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum and Sea Life, which is pretty cool, and like some random thing in Atlanta that I'll never see.
Oh, I think it's Legoland Atlanta. Oh, Dave's gonna look it up.
Yep. So it's Legoland Florida, obviously the water park, which is actually a separate ticketed entrance. Also free regular parking, which you kind of goes along with most annual passes, not all. No blockout dates. It's not on here, but no blockout dates, and Sea Life, and then just Legoland Discovery Center Atlanta.
Okay.
Is the thing I'll never probably go to.
But all that for $160 and no blackout dates. That's really good. And if you go to Legoland, there's a lot less crowd.
Oh, I was gonna say, and if you're in Orlando, especially near SeaWorld or Universal, there's a place called what's the name this month? Icon Park.
Yeah.
Icon Park. It's very close to the convention center. If you drive there, parking is free for $5 and a $3 convenience fine. You can take a bus from there that'll take you all the way down to Legoland about an hour after it opens, I believe, or actually maybe the opening. I think it's at the opening time. Or right around there, I forget exactly when. But right pretty much at park open, and it leaves after the park closes. So you have the entire day there. Yeah. And like I said, you might think, well, we don't need that. We don't need to be there the whole time. You probably will. The first time we were there, we didn't see everything.
Well, now,
so that's also a great deal.
Legoland hours are typically 10 to 5, typically. Sometimes they're open like 6 or 7 or 8, but like, most of the time it's 10 to 5, so that's
depends on when it is. Like in the summer, it's going to be longer.
Yeah. And it saves the trouble of driving. Now the bus leaves a little early. It's like they want you board
a half hour after the park closes.
No, I mean
oh, well, yeah. Well, for this guy it's early, but you want to get there when the park opens. So
yeah.
So it's about an hour drive, so I believe it's an hour before park opens. But they want you to get there earlier too. And if you want to do that, you have to reserve it at least 24 hours in advance. You can't just show up and get on the bus.
And Boydie62 is here. Hi, Boydie.
Oh, hey.
That's our Australian fan. So thank you for getting up early in the morning, Bodie.
He lives in the Upside Down.
He does. And it's very early in the Upside Down right now. I think it's like 8 a.m. for him right now.
How's your summer?
Oh, yeah. It's wintertime, but it's hot there.
Well, it's fall.
Yeah.
Or about to be fall. I guess it's wintertime now.
Also, the animals and bugs there have life bars.
So, that was just other park news. Like I said, lots of Legoland stuff because they're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I did like the Ninjago days. They the candy sushi actually was really awesome. I kind of wish I got more of that, but it's kind of cool to be. I was watching Stella and Merlot play. They were both playing with the bone, and Merlot just ran off of the bone, and Stella's just standing there like, "What just happened?" I wanted that too. So back to Mardi Gras. Anything else you want to add about Mardi Gras?
Oh, I have a question about Mardi Gras because I didn't get to try any. When we went, Schwab's was closed during the day. Tell me about, because I saw you posted a picture of another one. Tell me about the Schwab's floats. What's the best one?
Well, I've had two so far. I had the one that was Atlantis, Sunken City of Atlantis. That was pretty cool. When I had it, it was mostly the ice cream and Stella. And because green is universal, they use those wonderful dissolving paper straws, which got soggy while I was drinking it. And at least the one that I had, it was a little tough to get it through the straw because it was so thick. But it was good, though. It comes with a gummy shark on top, which is actually larger than I expected it to be. And that happens to be the one that does not have the waffle cone flag. I thought maybe they forgot it, but I went back and looked at it and like, oh, it wasn't there because it wasn't supposed to be. I also had, I forget which the other one was, another float that did have the flag and the different sodas and they call it pineapple ice cream, but I'm pretty sure it's Dole Whip. Because they do call it Dole Whip in Universal. Why it's not called Dole Whip on that dessert item, I don't know. But Schwab's used to be closed a lot more often.
Oh, yeah, like it's closed.
Very seasonal.
Yeah.
So I
want to point out sort of quickly, a lot of the formerly...
Hurry up. Just kidding.
The formerly seasonal, never open restaurants are now open. So... Green Eggs and Ham is open and planning to stay open. Wimpy's Burgers over in Toon Lagoon is open, planning to stay open.
That was one of those things that was open every once in a while, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. We never saw it open for years. And then
like a year or two ago, it was open for like a few weeks and it closed.
And then now they've got Schwab's Ice Cream is open.
But I was convinced that Green Eggs and Ham would never open again. It didn't open with their original menu, but it's open.
Do you think the Schwab's float is better than the Toothsome milkshake?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
it's not nearly as syrupy. And I mean, the first one I had was a little bit thick, but it was pretty good. Those little bubbles, the bubbly balls or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Those are weird.
And speaking of Toothsome, they are offering a king cake shake right now, if you like.
Oh yes, I tried that as well. Again, I just don't like the Toothsome shakes that much, but the king cake sort of muffin cupcake on top was pretty good, and the beignet was really good. I hope that I didn't eat the whipped cream with the Mardi Gras colored sprinkles around it, or kind of sugar around it because it looked pretty good, but they wrapped the beads around it, and I don't know if those beads come right out of the box or if they washed them first. But I'm like,
sounds messy.
I'm not going to eat anything that touched them just in case. Hopefully they do wash them, but I don't have any confirmation either way. So I'm like, yeah, maybe not.
I only have one non-Mardi Gras thing that I want to talk about, but I want to mention it really quick because it's super cool, and I don't think a lot of people know about it yet because it hasn't been posted, and that is we got the personalized Quidditch jersey this time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was super cool. So now in Diagon Alley, when you first walk into Diagon Alley, it's the Quidditch supply store. It's the very first store on your right. They have all 4 houses available. So you can get your team color done. And I wish I had Hopeland's, but hers is actually in the laundry right now because she has already worn it. She loves it. You can get your name embroidered on the back of the jersey, cool. And it's very reasonably priced. It was less than $50, but we were able to use our annual pass discount. And you pick it up at the front, and the quality is super great. And I think to have that personalized touch is really, really awesome. I think that they should do more merch like that.
Yeah.
They also have a journal that is available in, I can't think of the name of it, but the store that's the Q exit store for Gringotts. They also have an embossed journal that they'll put your name on as well right now. So I think that's some really cool options that maybe people don't know about because they're brand new. They've only been doing them a couple of months. So, but Hope loves her Quidditch jersey, and they're really, really cool.
Now, do you have to have your last name, or can you have like a character name or something funny on it?
No, they'll put whatever on it. The one that's actually Hope's a Hufflepuff, so the one that's the Hufflepuff display one is Cedric Diggory. It says Diggory on the back, and you can get standard ones like you can get a Potter one, you can get a Malfoy one, but you can put whatever on the back. I think it was up to maybe 10 or 12 characters.
Oh, nice.
If you wanted to put like an actual sports person's name or another Harry Potter character's name, or I don't think they would limit you as long as it wasn't obscene. Yeah. So
it's like I wanted to put I wanted to customize a magic band with OrlanDave on it, and no handles or anything like that. I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah, it has to be your name.
The handles on a magic band. I know because I have. I have a magic
told me
band.
I couldn't.
Little Brandi on the back.
I tried it too. We went into the store where you can get the fancy kind where you can have a ride attraction on the band and all that.
D-Tech at the Marketplace Co-op.
Yeah. So I tried putting a character name on. They said no, it has to be your first name.
Yeah. So back to the floats really quickly. The shipwreck is what I tried, which is the pineapple soft serve ice cream. I skipped the chocolate soft serve ice cream because I'm not a chocolate fan. Pineapple soda, cotton candy, and waffle cone flag. The cotton candy dissolved a little bit, but you can still taste it in there. So that was pretty cool.
That sounds good.
The sunken city of Atlantis was the first thing I tried. Partly because I had to pick one, partly because the only float I've ridden so far this year was the Lost City of Atlantis. That is vanilla soft serve, wild berry soda, mango boba. I don't know.
That's the little beads.
Yeah, I don't know what beads. A boba. It's a weird sensation. And gummy shark do.
No, baby shark allowed.
So that's the blue gummy shark.
Yeah. And the other one is the Mardi Gras. I don't know where they come up with that name. Pineapple soft serve, lime soft serve ice cream, grape soda, blueberry boba fat, and waffle cone flag.
That sounds delicious.
They are really nice. So I've had 2 out of 3.
I'm gonna try that Mardi Gras first. That sounds good.
And that's on my list next time, definitely.
Yeah, beignets, and then the rest of beignets.
If I can catch it open, assuming that they'll be open.
Yeah. I thought they were open a lot during the day, but I'm not sure what the schedule is. So yeah, beignets, king cake, jambalaya, shrimp gumbo, red beans and rice shrimp, Cajun twisted tater, which I guess is the same as Halloween Horror Nights twisted tater. I just added Cajun to it. It's not spicier, right? I'm guessing.
It might have a little bit of that Cajun spice on it.
And Gator bites, crab, something in French,
Etouffee.
shrimp and something else, po' boy, sausage po' boy, catfish po' boy, chicken, and some po' boy.
Hey, Brandi, I've got a question. Since you seem to know a lot about this, is a po' boy so called because it was kind of cheap to make or like cheap to buy?
I think it's meant for people who don't have a lot of money.
I think so. I think it's like kind of like a working man's lunch thing too. Like, hey, let's take everything and just pile it in bread.
Yeah.
Situation.
It's not highbrow. It's for those who are po'.
Yeah. And it's also very simple. It's the hoagie.
I thought the hoagie was very tasty.
The meat and the sauce. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So we talked about pretty much a lot of it. What do you think about the parade itself? That was the first time seeing it, right?
Oh, loved it. The parade is a blast. It's so much fun. I definitely, you need to share your tip over and over again that outside horror makeup show right there at the esoteric gate,
yes.
Like that's the place to watch it because you get the double back around.
Oh, yeah. And the thing
way.
is, they have that section for annual pass holders, and it's not even a good area because the first time
it's over by Mel's. It doesn't make any sense.
When the parade steps off, it goes near it, but it kind of goes away from it, so you're out of reach of the annual pass holders. Because when I rode Atlantis, I was like, I wanted to throw it to the annual pass holders, but it curves right away from it, and then you kind of get it on the way back. But yeah, outside of Horror and Makeup Show is absolutely the best. That or on the other side where the dessert party is, it's the same thing basically. But yeah, that's the place to be. Definitely not at Little Jester's. Definitely not the VIP area over by the Music Plaza, and not at the exclusive American Express area. I've actually told people who come and like, I bought my ticket with American Express. I can stand here. I'm like, you can, or you can go down there where it's a better spot anyway.
Yeah.
If you want to stay here, go ahead, but you're only going to see the parade once. After several years, my mom was just up here, and that was her first time at Universal Orlando. And lucky for her, her first trip was during Mardi Gras, and she got to see the parade.
Yeah.
So she loved that too. I figure she would.
Now,
kind of hard to not like the Mardi Gras parade.
As much as the spot near Esoteric is great for seeing the parade kind of twice.
Good night, Duchess. I don't know if I missed it, but good night.
Yeah, I personally like somewhere around Music Plaza because I can see the parade coming. That's what I like about it, and I like the open area of Music Plaza, and I see the parade coming down the road. I get to see the beads flying, so I get to see the party before the party arrives.
It depends on what your priority is. If you want lots and lots and lots of beads, then, like you said, outside of horror and makeup, there's other good spots. Unlike the Superstar Parade, where you have to be in New York or Hollywood to see the show stop, it's the same parade all the way through.
Yeah.
Even the Christmas parade has a stop for lighting up the tree. It's just the same parade all the way through.
Yeah.
Just please don't stand in front of the flaps that clearly say no parade viewing area.
Yes. And once parade is moving, please do not try to go on the other side of the road for any reason.
Yeah. And the other thing is, they're only little beads. Don't kill other people for them.
Oh yeah.
Don't run out into the street for them.
And you'll get another chance. I mean, this was me not even trying. I was giving beads away because I was like, I don't really want that many beads. So
yeah. And a couple of times I've been holding my phone up or my camera up and with my pinkies up because the iPhone has the lens right in the corner, so it's easy to put your finger in front of it. And just holding that, I've had beads just land on my hand.
Yeah.
One time they got it over the lens of my camera. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Good throw.
Yeah. The best one was when I was walking alongside of the parade and someone threw it over my head and got it around my neck. I'm like, how did you do that? I don't think they could have done that twice.
That's definitely a 100-point hit right there.
Wow. So,
I know you guys aren't drinkers, but I tried 3 of the 4 specialty drinks also.
And what do you think?
Yeah.
Tried, okay, of the 3, my favorite's bake cakes. It is very sweet, though. It kind of has a fruity, they say it's the Fruit Loops one. It has a fruity taste to it. I think it's very tasty. The next one that I tried was High Seas Twister. It is blood orange based, which I wanted it to be more like the Blood Pit from HHN, but the flavor's not quite as strong. And then of the 3 that I tried, my least favorite was the Blue Voodoo, which is basically just a margarita, and it is very, very tequila heavy. So it's very strong. There's one more that I didn't try. It's called Carnival Lane. I'm going to try to get it next time, but we'll see. But right now, Basics is the best one in my opinion.
Hi, Stella.
We had to have our Stella visit of the video. She's wagging her tail. You can't see it.
I went to sleep in the guest bed, so.
Oh, also, and it's not. What was I going to say? Oh crap! There it goes. Oh wait, never mind. Does it say something else that you did that was non-Mardi Gras related when you were here, and I already forgot what it was? Oh well, doggy distractions.
When they were in Orlando?
Yeah, last time they were here.
I mean, they hung out in City Walk.
Oh. Talk a little briefly about going to Bob's birthday party. You can
find us there. Do what, Dave?
Said, why don't you talk a bit about Bob's birthday party?
Oh, Bob's birthday party was actually super fun. We stayed a good bit after you left that night. We listened to the full first set of the band. It was awesome.
Yeah. And if you're not familiar, this is Bob Marley's the Bob Marley birthday bash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I guess we should probably say that it was at there's a bar in City Walk, Bob Marley, a tribute to freedom. They have food during the day, but it's basically just bar atmosphere at night.
And a live band.
Yeah,
it was really good,
band.
actually.
Really, really awesome. That's why we go there, because we'd rather hear the live band instead of just like cha-cha slide DJ over and over again. The bartenders there are super nice too. We really recommend it there. We have eaten in there too. I mean, the food's kind of hit or miss, but I feel like especially if you have a spicier palate, because it is Jamaican food, so it can be spicier.
Supposedly, that's supposed to be an exact replica of the house that Bob Marley grew up in.
On Hope Road.
Yeah.
There's a ton of really great photos in there.
Yeah.
Just really, really awesome place. We love to go to Bob's. Bob Marley's birthday, though, was actually the Thursday before they were there, and they had his birthday party on Saturday, and the place was absolutely packed. There was a cover charge, but team members got him for free. We got him for free just because we were annual pass holders. The guy just waited us through. They had a couple specialty drinks. I wasn't drinking that night, but my husband, Brian, he had a couple specialty drinks, and he said they were both very good. The band was awesome. There was free birthday cake that they did hand out.
There was?
Yeah, there was at the bottom. And it was red, gold, and green. It was the Rastafarian flag colors.
Okay, so because I thought I remember seeing somewhere about birthday cake, and I looked all around and I didn't see it. I'm like, well, maybe I made that up.
No, we saw it at the bottom. When after you left shortly, we watched a little bit up top, but then we walked back down, and we saw it in and out at the bar down there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to get up super early the next morning. It was already like 10:30 or 10:45. I'm like, yeah, bye.
I think even if you're not like a club person per se, which I am not a club person, like I don't ever want to go just like to like a DJ to like dance to R&B music or whatever. I think Bob Marley still has a super chill atmosphere. I think it's a great City Walk pick, even if you're not like into clubs per se. So
yeah, I've heard about the Bob Marley birthday thing, and I just never had gone to it, but it just kind of worked out. There's like, hey, let's go, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And they also had a little candlelight visual something or other for him.
Yeah, I don't know how the fire marshal approved that. That's like a lot of open flames.
Yes.
But
open flames and drunk people.
Yeah. It was cute.
This must have been leftover Rock the Universe candles that like, well, what else can we
probably
do with them?
That's exactly what they were, probably.
Also, you contributed a little bit to our bead trees, if I remember correctly.
To what?
The bead trees.
Oh, I didn't throw anything on the bee trees. I took a bag of beets home and I started a wall hanging that's about halfway done. So I'm
nice.
hoping after my trip here in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to have it completely done. It's looking pretty cool so far though.
All right. Yeah, as you can see, I decorated. The first thing I did is I started decorating the
It's a little tough to see with the background.
microphone.
I think it looks nice.
The microphone stand, and then I wrapped purple beads around the XLR cable, and then I started to do that on this one, but I ran out of purple, so I did purple and gold, and then just used some glitter tape, Scotch glitter tape, on this one because that was kind of difficult. Scotch glitter tape doesn't stick well, but then I went with the glitter. I spread around here, and then last minute addition here. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for the first ever finally streaming for real the OrlanDave Show. So
hopefully we won't have problems getting Rock Talk going.
Yeah.
Hey, we learned a lot.
Yeah. But that is on my other account on my computer, and that's set up before, so it should be good. As long as YouTube Studio doesn't, cause problems. But anyway, I'm sure that when next time the show is back, it'll be a little bit smoother. But thanks for everybody who checked in live. Thanks for everybody.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. Great chat tonight, guys.
Thanks for everybody who is watching this on demand later. It was like, well, I wasn't going to watch it because it said this might work. It's the title.
No, actually, it said this will fail.
Well, that was a different one. There was
that
several.
was my favorite one.
And then this might work, and who knows?
And I can't get this to stream, and that was the one that streamed.
Maybe we could do live in the parks next time I'm in.
Oh, maybe.
We can try it, but you see the challenges with that because the Wi-Fi is here and then they're not there, and then here and they're not there. I kind of was hoping that we could do an interview with the Aventura, but it didn't work out for any of us. But
we just were there long this past time. I'm there. Got a ton of time this next trip though, so we'll get it squeezed in.
Cool.
All right. Cool. So if that's.
Do you want to mention our subject for Rock Talk in case anybody's interested?
Over on the Roddy Paws channel, it's going to be an in-depth discussion of Alice in Chains, the present, the past, and what happened to that band, and is it just me? So it is kind of cool that they're still around, they're still making music, and their vocals still sound pretty much the same. You know, they're missing one person and they gained another one, but it is impressive that they found someone like Mushroomhead. When they found a replacement head lead vocalist who really does sound a lot like their original J-Man.
Yeah.
But when he joined, it also changed a lot.
Now, Wayland, who replaced J-Man, couldn't sing as fast as J-Man, but he sounds very similar.
Yeah. When we saw them in concert, I think we did see J-Man once.
Yes.
And it's amazing how close he is, and maybe he's gotten better. I'm sure that singing fast is a skill you work on, and maybe he can sing fast, but not in that style.
Yeah.
Right away, but unfortunately for me, I just can't listen to their newer albums. It's just, I heard it when I was streaming on, not Spotify, but it was another. I think it was Pandora. I just had it jumping from band to band in the same genre. I'm like, wow, this band is awful. I don't want to ever hear it. And I looked at them like, oh no, it's Mushroomhead. I used to like them. I didn't even recognize them. Which is what we'll talk about on Rock Talk coming up. So basically, my theory is listening to Alice in Chains now sounds more like I'm listening to a completely different band that was just influenced by Alice in Chains.
Oh my gosh, that's my literal thought. That's my exact thought. We'll talk about it more in a little bit, though.
I was gonna say cover band, but not even. But we'll talk about that a lot more in Rock Talk. So again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for the chat. And we'll iron out those kinks.
Hey, I want to plug stuff.
All right.
You can follow Dave on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow Stella at Bark, but no.
At Don't Steal My Bone, bro.
Right.
Brian has. Okay, well that's where you can follow Brian.
I have a Twitter, but I'm never on it. So yeah, I may follow Brandi on Twitter, but like I never like post daily.
I mean, why would you not?
I'm bad on Twitter. My best is my Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Phenomenal Brandi.
Instagram. I don't like Instagram. And you already gave your plugs as well, right? Okay. So, okay, third time's at the end. Thanks again.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
I think I'm going to click that to end the stream. Of course, it's going to put a button